Y'all, I ain't gonna cry, but I feel like I wanna cry. This young lady reached out to me a few weeks ago, and she was telling me that her husband passed away. He was 37. He had a massive stroke. Don't let stress take you out, because she said that's exactly what it was. The doctor had been telling him for months that his stress level was too high and he needed to fix some things. She was like, he got on the call for work, got off the call, told her he was going to lay down because his head was hurting so bad. She said an hour went by, she went to check on him, and he was cold. She said she had to call 911. She did CPR on him. She was like, it was like a movie, she said, and her kids had to stand there and watch it. And they 5, 7, and 9, something like that. She said so they watched their daddy be taken out by the ambulance, and he never returned back home. She said they, did the funeral, did everything. She said, and the kids were just like, so when's dad coming back? Is he finished from being in the box? Is he gonna come out the ground? We're ready for him to come home. So she was like, Miss Queen, can you help me like come up with a way to explain this to my kids? I just don't know what to say. And I was like, explaining death is different when it comes to kids, because you have to make sure that one is age appropriate. Two, you got to tell the truth. Baby, they ain't coming back. This is our new norm. If we want to talk to them, we need to make sure that we visit them at the cemetery. If not, we need to set up an altar to honor them, to pray and talk to them and stuff. I said, especially since these babies are so little, put a picture of their parent next to their bed. So if they're having a bad day, they can hug their picture frame, or they just want to talk to that person, they can look at their picture and talk to them. I said, but make sure you explain to them that it's okay. We all are going to miss them. So I was like, you know what? Let me see if I can find a book or something. I was like, that'll help. I'm big on reading. And if it's a book out there that's going to help, I'm going to get it. So I found a book on TikTok Shop. Actually, the lady who wrote this book right here, this is the book I found on TikTok Shop too, y'all. The lady who wrote this book, she writes a lot of great kids books. As a matter of fact, I just sent one of my old clients her books on body safety, on why not to touch and stuff like that. I just sent that book to one of my clients. And my client was like, the baby loved it. I am big on parents taking time to read to these babies. It takes 15, 20 minutes when you're putting them in the bed for you to say, okay, it's time to get a book. Let's read a story. It could be 5 or 10 minutes. You can have a timer. Let's set a 10, 15-minute timer, and that's it. Read to them. Well, she emailed me back today and said this is the first week that the kids have actually came up to her and said, Mommy, it's going to be okay. We know that Daddy is always around us, and he always is going to love us because we can feel him. He might not be here, but we can feel him. She said, girl, I've been reading them that book every night, and it's working. And I was like, you know what? That's all that matters. That's all that matters. Grief is hard for anybody, kid, adult, but finding a way to explain it to a kid, I'm all for looking forward. I'm all for making sure that I can help my parents in some kind of way. So the fact that not only did the book help the kids, the mama was like, it made me, and she was like, it gave me a little, relief. She said, but it's still unreal. But I like the book. Parents, read to your kids.